What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Shift to Transform. I'm Marcus, and this channel exists for one very basic reason, and that is that I believe that average, everyday people, exactly like myself, are capable of reaching their greatest health, fitness, and wellness goals with less grind and more ease, all by making simple shifts in the stories, the way they think, and identity traits that can make all the difference and make it much easier to accomplish your goals. In this video today, I want to talk about something that I see quite frequently, and I know a lot of other trainers see, and that is that when you have a really shitty eating day or an entire weekend full of barbecues and parties and you just ate like crap, Monday morning comes, you step on the scale and you are in complete misery. You're up like 12 pounds and you can't believe you did that. You're frustrated with yourself. I want to share with you why it's not nearly as bad as you think, how you can quickly get back on track, and some of the intricacies that actually go into that. Let's get into this video. If you like to see this kind of stuff, be sure and leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't, and let's go. One of the most frustrating things, if you've ever seen a bunch of progress related to weight loss or to getting into really great shape and watch the scale sort of dip over weeks and months, and over the course of summertime, you have your share of parties and get-togethers, and you have to live life. I'm a big believer in balance and moderation, and even moderation also needs balance. You're gonna have those times where you go to a party, you eat a bunch of stuff, you don't maybe necessarily make the best choices, and you've been really, really consistent over a period of time, and all of a sudden you have that weekend and you jump up 5, 8, 10 plus pounds. And I want to share a simple idea, and that is that when you consume a bunch of, let's say, carbs, fats, a lot of salts, different processed foods, what's actually happening isn't that you're necessarily gaining body fat. And that's probably the biggest thing, and the thing that helps people when they finally understand it. What's taking place is you're taking in all these carbohydrates, which are causing an influx of water to be held onto in the body. So you're not necessarily gaining body fat. In most cases, what's happening is that a lot of that extra material is being held onto. The carbs are causing you to suck in water. The extra salt is causing you to maintain that water and not expel it. And before you know it, what didn't seem like a ton turns into 5 or 6 pounds on the scale as your body is holding on to water. In an upcoming video, I'm going to do some of the math behind actual weight loss and weight gain to give you a clear understanding that it's actually hard in one day to gain a lot of body fat. People don't gain 100 pounds in months. They gain 100 pounds over the course of many, many, many years, compounded overeating, which causes an influx of weight gain over a long period of time. So to actually gain body fat requires a huge amount of calories. So let's just say you burn on average 2,000 calories every single day. To gain just 1 pound over the course of the weekend would have meant that you would need at least 5,500 calories total. Excuse me, trying to do math on the fly. Because 1 pound of body fat is equivalent to about 3,500 calories excess, or meaning over what your body is naturally burning. So if you start to break it down, you can see that that is a huge amount of calories. And it's, again, not the weight and the body fat that you're seeing on the scale. It's the other materials. It's the salts and the carbs, which are allowing you to suck in more water, hold on to it. And next, I'm going to talk about how you can actually bounce back relatively quickly the next time this happens for you. So let's just say in a few days, you're going to have a big party. You're making tremendous progress. You're really excited about it, but you're going to go to this party and you're probably going to make some poor choices. It happens. Again, balance. So Monday morning comes around, weigh yourself. See what the number is, but take it with a grain of, salt, so to speak, that you didn't gain weight I guess you did gain weight. You didn't gain body fat, which is really what you're concerned about. So when this happens to you, a couple quick strategies that I've always employed with my clients, I use it quite a bit myself, and that is that Monday, I want you to get as close as you can to doubling your water intake. Whatever your normal water intake is throughout the day, do your best to double it. Now, if you drink a tremendous amount of water, drink more than you might normally drink. The next thing is to quickly expel some of that. I found that caffeine, I love coffee, using black coffee, maybe just adding an additional cup, 1 or 2, depending on if you can tolerate caffeine. That diuretic effect really has the benefit of sort of flushing out some of that additional water that you've taken in over the course of the previous 2 days. And then the final tip is really just to focus on reducing processed foods as well as salt and carbohydrate intake. If you can drop salt, carbs, and just processed foods for 1 to 2 days, you're going to see that scale normalize very, very quickly. Now, even if you go back to your normal, typical way of eating that's allowed you to make so much progress, you're going to see the same benefits, but it's going to take, instead of 1 to 2 days, maybe 3 to 4 days. But you still have the wherewithal to understand that it's still gonna leave. It's just a matter of getting back on track, allowing your body to do its thing, clear out some of those carbs, get rid of that water, and get you right back on track. So that about does it for this video. The main takeaway, and if you can just take this one thing away, you will be so much better off in your journey. Do not get discouraged when you have a poor eating day and you jump on the scale and you are in shock of how high it went from the progress that you've made. You did not necessarily gain body fat. Now, you probably did, but a very little bit versus the 10 pounds that you're seeing reflected on the scale. Get right back on track, increase water, try to reduce carbohydrates, especially processed carbohydrates, and stay away from additional salts. And you will be amazed at how quickly you can sort of return to your baseline and get right back on track to making the progress that you're looking for. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Can't wait to see you next time.